Hey, I'd like to present to you a mentalism trick I created I call Court Card Cognition. Now, you can do this trick with a borrowed deck of cards, but you'll have to just take a little time to sneak in a little setup. Now, what you're going to do for the setup is you're going to just take all the court cards out of the deck and get a group of 6 court cards. Now, I'm going to use, just for the demonstration, all red court cards for the one group of 6, and the other group of 6 all the black court cards, just to show you, just so you can readily see all of the court cards and how they end up after this shuffling that's going to take place by the spectator. Now in your case, when you actually do the trick, I of course recommend that you find a randomized looking group of court cards of 6 that you can memorize easily, and then set them up on the top or bottom of the deck, and just remember where they are if they're on the top or bottom. Now in this case, I'm going to have the reds at the bottom and the blacks at the top. Now I'll show you where they end up in a moment here. Now what's going to happen is you're going to just, when you're ready to do the trick, you just simply hand their own deck to the spectator, and you explain to them that you're going to get them to mix the deck, but you're going to tell them to mix the deck in such a way that they're going to touch each individual card so that they can get a connection with the card, so that they can send you mental signals to you that you're going to pick up on to readily see what cards they're looking at. And particularly the court cards in this case. You're gonna pick up on all the court cards. So what you do is you tell them to just deal the cards into 4 piles, and that they can deal the cards 1 card at a time any way they like onto the 4 piles. The piles don't have to be even. They can deal a few cards on one. They can just go in any order between the piles, however they like. So just let them deal the cards so that they're very satisfied that the deck is well mixed and that all the court cards are well mixed in the deck. And now you ask them to choose any 2 piles that they would like to see riffle shuffle together. And now this is kind of an important part. Whatever 2 piles that they choose to riffle shuffle together, you grab any 2. Let's say they choose these 2, and when you shuffle them together, just shuffle them as evenly as you can, and this will guarantee the trick will work. And there's really no risk in this trick. It's just it all has to do with the shuffling, as long as it's evenly done like that. Particularly with the first few cards that are shuffled together and the last few cards that are shuffled together, that they all come together evenly. That's all that's important. It's very easy to do. It's not that hard. So once you've done that, the spectator, I'm sure, will be satisfied that their deck is well mixed. And then what you do is you cut the deck into 3 fairly even piles. So you want to just cut them into thirds, a good third from the top, take those aside, and then another third from the middle and put that to the left, and then you have your bottom third in the middle. Now this is how you know what court cards are in what pile. Now at this point, you can remind the spectator that the cards have been well mixed by them, and you have no clue where the court cards could be in any of these piles. But really, you know that, and like in this demonstration, that because this pile is the bottom pile, now the court cards that I originally had at the bottom, if you remember, are the 6 red court cards. Now, believe it or not, after that shuffling method that we just demonstrated, the 6 red court cards at the bottom will actually end up in the top portion of the deck, all 6 cards. So all 6 red court cards are actually in this pile, and all 6 black cards are in this pile, and the middle pile contains no court cards. So what we do before we get the spectator to pick a pile to look at, you just quickly take each pile and you just casually further mix the pile a little bit, because the court cards are going to be grouped together and that'll look a little suspicious. So just give each pile a quick mix, and make sure you do this for all piles so it looks consistent, even though there's no court cards in this. You just want to look consistent. So now Now you can get the spectator to pick any pile they like for the experiment. You mention to them that whatever pile they pick up, they're going to look at, and they're going to actually count how many court cards are in that pile, and they're going to send you that number, and you're going to try to pick up on it without you even looking at them. Don't make sure that they don't show you the cards, of course. Keep the backs to you, or you can turn your own back away toward the spectator and do it like that. So the spectator picks a pile. So let's say they pick this pile. You know in this pile that there are the red. Let's say this is the top pile. Yeah, this would be the red court cards, because the red court cards were the original bottom setup in the deck at the beginning. So they spread them out, and there you can see all 6 red court cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this will always work. Again, it's just all important in how you riffle shuffle the cards in the mixing that we did earlier. Just do it nice and evenly. And here's all 6 black court cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now if the spectator picks up the middle pile first, the pile that contains no court cards, that's no problem. They just look, and you get them to count how many court cards, and they're going to see that there's no court cards. And you just pick up on that, and you say, oh, I'm sensing that there's nothing here. I'm not getting any signals from you, so I assume there's actually no court cards. Kind of act a little surprised, like, oh, there's no court cards in that pile. And they'll be amazed, and you just put that pile away, and then you just get them to pick any one of the remaining 2, and then you continue with the trick like that. Now you can see how you could really play along with this trick. You could really, depending on the court cards that you've selected to memorize, you could ask them to focus on the highest court card, and you could mention what color it is and what suit it is, based on what card you set up. There's all kinds of ways that you could play this out, and I'm sure you'll figure out a really good method to surprise them with. So this is a trick you could really have fun with, I think. So anyways, I hope that makes sense, and so enjoy this one, and thank you for watching.